In this episode of the Sports Talk Tech podcast, I spoke to the Barbadian journalist Nathan Goddard McCarthy on West Indies cricket. We previewed the second test match against India, but more broadly, we spoke about the structural issues facing West Indies cricket and, in many ways, some harsh realities that I myself have to recognize that perhaps test cricket is something that may be a thing of a past in the region. I hope that's not the case, but I do hope that you'll watch this episode and enjoy it. Hey Nathan, how you doing? It's my pleasure to collaborate with you. I'm really appreciate you coming on to the channel. At first I thought you were a much older guy, but I realized that that's not the case. So it's an interesting kind of setup. But you've done some good work on covering sports in your time, and I thought it was fitting that we could chat a little bit about West Indies cricket. Potentially, we're on the heels of a second test match after the West Indies was basically torn apart in the first match there in India. But more importantly, too, I want to think about like your perspectives on cricket in general in the region and what can be done to save this institution called West Indies cricket, particularly when it comes to Test cricket. So, how are you doing?
First off, thanks for having me on. Really thankful to get this opportunity to speak about West Indies cricket and sports in general, and excited to see where this goes.
Yeah. So, what was your thoughts from the first Test match? Right? It was. Did you expect it that way, or was anything surprising?
Not really surprising if you go back before even the fixtures. Many fixtures were not happening when it was announced that we would play India. I think any realistic West Indies fan would expect us to get swept in the series.
Right.
The only thing we ask of the players really is just to put in more effort, spend more time at the crease. But that's hard. They just came off of playing, some of them playing CPL, white ball cricket, and then you have to adjust back to red ball cricket, not getting in as much reps as the Indian players. So it's a hard job all around for the players.
Hmm. Yeah, it's challenging. Innings lost 140. Runs barely make it through day three. And when you think about it in the context of us coming off of the Australia series, utterly destroyed in Jamaica, there, you point to a situation where I started to feel a little bit better about the test setup from a bowling perspective because I thought, you saw the emergence of a Shamar Joseph, Alzari Joseph looked decent in the last series, Jaden Seals, and you started to figure out that maybe from a bowling perspective, and they did take 20 wickets in Australia against Australia, you felt like at least we could do something there. But the batting, it's not coming on at all, and from maybe if we had to do in perspective, it was a little bit better than in Jamaica in the final test match against Australia, but it's not coming on, and I don't know how do we solve that? Yeah,
First, I think with our bowling attack, when you have Shamar Joseph, Jaden Seals, and Azari, could compete with any bowling attack in the world. We could bowl out anyone, take 20 wickets each test match. But then the problem with the batting is the openers don't give a platform for the other batters, and then they have to come in facing new balls sometimes, and from there it just goes all downhill. Techniques expose everything. I think even looking at some of the stats in the World Test Championships, we had like the worst batting average. Even if you
yeah.
look at our fielding, I think we dropped the most catches as well. Like there's a lot of issues wrapped up into one.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, there was, I think, Cricket for somebody had a detail thing since the 20th century, I guess, or the 21st century rather, and we're solidly at the bottom when it comes to batting averages. And I don't know how we fix this because I think you might point to the fact that I usually think we don't have enough first class cricket in the region. That is a challenge, but it's expensive to operate. Players aren't necessarily playing county cricket the way they used to in the 1980s and 1990s, so they're not getting that kind of exposure. And we're just consistently putting uh, a youngster or someone who has like a below average first class or not even long enough first class series into a test series because the cycle is just like moving players in and out. So I don't know. Is there anything that we can do there, or it's just like we have to come to reality that this is like it, it's gone.
I I think we could try more pushing more players to get some first class cricket overseas, playing the county season, because you would have seen it with Kemar Roach in the past,
Mm,
Jason Holder, and Jaden Seals, if you want to look more recently, play some county cricket. And it's reaping rewards for Seals because Seals is almost at 100 wickets in less than 30 test matches, I think. So
right.
I think we could explore that route a little more, but I think the path we're going on, the focus is mostly limited overs cricket. Even if you look at some of the cricket in the region, a lot of T10 leagues coming about, the focus is not really test cricket. Early up in the season, you would have the 4 day competition, and after that, there's not much. Even locally, you obviously play the 3 day cricket here, but the opportunities to get reps in, because it's all about reps, is not there. And it's you're seeing it at the crease because batsmen are not spending a lot of time at the crease. A lot of our batsmen probably don't even average 25 or 30. So I honestly don't know what is the exact solution that we can bring.
Yeah. No, no, it's a good point. I've been thinking about it. I've talked to other people. It's just like the solutions. I don't know. I don't think there's easy solutions, but in a way, you have to wonder if we can find shortcuts. There's no shortcuts to high performance, but by shortcuts, I'm meaning like maybe measures that we can implement to like get players to improve, right? Because when you sometimes look at an under 19 cricketer from the West Indies and you compare them to India or England, the variation on talent is not wide, right? Like it's probably similar. You have some talented cricketers there. It's just that transition from 19 or so to 21 or 24 there, that kind of region is different, right? You can even look at what happened. Look at Joe Root versus Craig Brathwaite. They started at the same time. He plays so much more Test cricket, largely because Test cricket is much more
Even like I
important.
think
Yeah,
Shamar Brooks and Virat Kohli would have
yeah,
started cricket,
yeah.
and then you look at the difference now is an interesting thing. And then some of the players you will see play at the under 19 level, and then they will only reach your West Indies side in their mid 20s or even late 20s. Like what happens between 18, 19, and 27?
Right.
Not sure.
No, I think so. When I think about it, I'm saying to save Test cricket because I'm really a big fan of Test cricket, and if we look beyond the West Indies, when you think about Test cricket now, all we're seeing is in terms of financial vibrancy, if you want, for lack of a better word. If you think about the Ashes, so that's coming up, and everybody's going to watch that. If England plays India, it's good, right? You know, maybe South Africa, but they themselves sometimes don't even tour, or host cricket well, depending on the nation states. And I'm wondering about the likes of a Sri Lanka, Pakistan seems like they're in a bit of a free fall right now, or Bangladesh and the rest. Like, can there be an arrangement with these teams in terms of like developing or playing some more cricket? Like, why not like a mini tournament for Test cricket in for the lesser teams, right? Maybe combine the money together and try to develop cricket. Because to be honest, I think the big three, they don't care. Maybe it's a harsh word to say, but I don't think the big three really cares about what happens for the rest of us. England, India, and Australia, they control cricket, and they have all the money, and India more so. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Because there's
I,
this new argument about a tiered system in Test
I
cricket,
was not about to
which,
bring that up.
but I'm vehemently opposed to that in the sense that I feel like what you're trying to say is that I don't like that. I mean, I get your thoughts on it. I can tell you my thoughts after. Yeah, your thoughts on this tiered system. Yeah.
I see it like the say in football with the Premier League and the Championship.
Right.
If you're not good enough in the tier one of Test cricket, you're not winning any games. You can't even seem to get past being losing a match by an innings and a lot. You should be demoted at the end of the cycle and play against other teams that probably maybe below your level or even close to your level to even make it competitive. Because as a viewer myself, watching West Indies cricket is like it's not even laughable anymore or
Mm.
exciting to watch. It's just like sad. Like you will watch the cricket and you don't feel anything. It doesn't make you feel anything.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. So I here's why I'm slightly opposed to these things, because they're gone in the days where, as we all know, and I hate to go back to history, but we have to at some point. It's the greatest cricket team ever in terms of a dominant period, and you go into the late 70s there, right, all the way till the early 1990s. You don't lose a Test series. That speaks volumes. And there are other nation states that weren't necessarily at the same level, but no one was talking about tiered system. The tiered system came up at one point, and I think West Indies never supported that, right? And even though they're quite possibly the best in the world, or certainly up there, and for the rest to just now, like, look at us in that kind of way, or other teams, I'm not sure I like it. What I would hope for, and I would agree, I think playing with those other nation states more frequently, I think that is important. I would support that. I think something where you can't play two test matches and expect to be doing anything competitive, right? When other people are playing five series or four matches in a series or so. So maybe you come up with some kind of a scheme to increase the cricket. If you can increase the cricket amongst those people, maybe pour some money into it, because the problem is it's not lucrative and no one is making money. So cricket is going on and no one's inside of the stands. You can't really make money. And if the TV isn't really buying that sponsorship, if the revenue isn't coming from television, rather, I think it's a challenge. So I would support playing those teams. I don't know if I want to be in like a demoted league. I'm not sure Test cricket, we need that in Test cricket. Yeah.
But I really think we need it though, because
Yeah.
look at how, if you even what you were saying, if you go back to the past, a lot of these teams have gone past us, even
Yeah.
scientifically. Like if you look at some of the facilities overseas, could track the amount of balls you hit, where the areas that
Yeah.
you hit, the strength weaknesses. We don't have that here. We might have bowling machines, but I mean like real proper in depth sports science. We don't have
Yeah.
it here. Then I think it was talk about bringing in a new batting consultant and a psychologist. Like that's, I think in my opinion, that's behind the times. Teams like Australia and England already have these things in place way before. Like it's like almost like we're trying to catch up. And then as in the Caribbean, we are smaller than say England and India. Over this long period of time, these issues are just gonna get bigger and bigger.
Right. No, you're right. I mean, in terms of sports science, I saw India is like, they're ridiculous in their high performance center, or whatever they call it, center for excellence, something of the sort. I think that all of that is important, right? Sports psychologists, everything. I think maybe, the institution of cricket is interesting in the region, right? It's the only thing that the English speaking Caribbean comes together under one flag, right? And it's kind of a hallmark of regional integration. Probably the only thing that survived a West Indies federation that broke apart, right? And your countryman has written a lot on this here, sorry, here, Hillary Beckles, but it's like, maybe it's time for the governments to sit down and think about that. This needs a lot more than they're offering, right? And I understand players, as soon as they start to play cricket, they want to run off to make money, to go to franchise cricket, but we have to fix it. And but here's the counter to that, because I'm no, I might be rambling. I saw Brian Lara, and he mentioned, not I did. He had a interview a couple of days ago too, where he was asking the guys to fight, and then he was also reflecting, because I think Ross and Chase had talked about the facilities, and he was like, we didn't have the facilities, right? And we try to make, there's never a period where West Indies cricket had better facilities than Australia or England. So I guess he's asking for an extra push, but I mean, is he asking for too much, or?
I, I don't really understand the argument about more passionate, because what does it really mean by more passionate? Because what more can anyone in this lineup show against a team like India? These are
Right,
these are guys in they're guys in the Indian team that playing cricket from the time they're born, playing cricket the whole year, red ball, white ball, it doesn't matter. And then you come from CPL, jump straight and go to India. Is That's a hard adjustment to come
right.
from playing white ball cricket where you want to maximize your runs. You're not really focusing on technique. Technique basically goes through the window, and then to come to Test cricket, you got to face Bumrah, Siraj,
Right.
somebody that's gonna bowl the ball in the same spot probably 8 or 10 times. That's not happening. It's not. the
Yeah.
thing about passion, you can show so much passion. Jaden Seals, great cricketer, shows a lot of passion, but if the other 10 guys don't step up, that passion is for nothing.
No, I think you're right. I think there's not much. I think sometimes the greats look at their talent and their ability and what they did
Exactly.
to reach that kind of level, and it's just not there. And to be in a space where it's you come into a team, we have to remember. I mean, Lara gets into the team later than he probably would have. I mean, like, because the team was hard to get into, and uh, and so you come into a team without a winning ethos. It's really really a challenge for anybody to adjust and expect them to
And
play.
an
I
interesting
don't
point I have,
necessarily. Yeah, go ahead.
I I wonder if like some of the same legends, if they had some of the same money that was being pushed now at some of these players now coming into cricket, because a lot of these players, some have not even played for Barbados, but can play in different leagues around the world. Even USA getting involved in cricket, you could play in
Yeah.
USA, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. But I wonder if like they would have been committed to West Indies the same way. Probably not.
Well, it's an interesting question. I mean, there was a point
Probably not.
where, I mean, Mikey Holden basically quit cricket, like, because he wasn't, there was no money. And I think it had to had an intervention with like West Indies cricket and Prime Minister Jamaica. And I think a lot of people in that era too lasted longer because World Series cricket kind of came through, like Kerry Packer or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Lar is the first real superstar for cricket in an era of like globalization where everybody was watching and satellites everywhere. But I, I don't know. I think you're right. I think the preparation is the challenge. I think I wonder. I always just have these things thinking where I'm thinking, but I never know if they make sense. Like the next under 19 team, can you just have them go around the world? Can we get like four of them in India, five in Australia, or something like that, right? England, and pay for like another 3 4 years of development where they're actually playing first class
But
cricket on
that's
a
the thing.
competitive level. Yeah.
I think another country will have to hold our hand in that aspect because I
Mm.
think the West Indies Academy would have toured different places already. They go to the I think it was the Chennai Kings, the Chennai Super Kings
Yeah.
Academy to practice on their pitches. So I don't know, like, as you would have seen as well, the Academy and CCC won't be playing in the regional tournament. So we
Yeah.
already were not playing enough cricket. I know some of these same players that would have gone through the CCC or the Academy are not going to get as much cricket as well. And then when you look at the regional teams, there's a lot of older players still taking spots. So people that are now breaking through at 20, 21, 22, not even getting opportunities. A good example could be Nathan Seeley.
Mm.
He was a vice captain for the West Indies on the 19, and after that he was drafted for the Barbadian Royals in CPL. Didn't get any matches in CPL. Nowhere is Nathan Seeley.
Yeah.
It's,
No, it is. I
it's
feel the
really sad.
frustration. Yeah.
It's really sad to think about. And an interesting point is on Facebook from Christopher Oliver. He was saying that we should test. He said test cricket will not save West Indies cricket, and we should basically put our resources into developing the white ball cricket, not ignoring test cricket and throwing it one side and saying we're done with test cricket. But we should invest more of our resources, our limited resources, into ODI cricket and T20 cricket because we can seem to be competitive at least in those ones. And he also brought up the point that the attention spans are short now. People my age or even younger not watching a test match for 5 days. People more interested in quick cricket, quick money,
Mm.
excitement. It's it's just the changing of the times. That's all I really think it is. Times are changing.
No, I hear the reality. So to my ears, that's harsh, but I respect it. I just don't know. I think the ultimate cricket is Test cricket, and everything else is like is secondary
No,
in
I
terms of
agree
your
because I
skill.
love to
Yeah,
watch. I love
yeah,
to watch cricket when it's competitive test cricket.
yeah,
Australia and England, you could sit down and watch that the whole 5 days, and
yeah,
you'll be like wondering what's gonna happen next. With
yeah.
West Indies, you turn on the TV now with India. If India bat first, we already know we up against it. or even if we bat first, we're probably up against it as well. So
Right. No, I mean, yeah, we can get to that tomorrow too. But yeah, no, I agree with that because I often say people think this summer we had some really great cricket when you think worldwide and for Test cricket. Even World Test Championship was amazing. Australia, India touring England was ridiculously good. I
yeah,
think
that was really
last
good.
year when India was in Australia too, that was really high level cricket. I mean, it's so I we long for that, and I think that's where your ultimate skill comes, right? Because you have to be able to do that. There's no fields that's been set to accommodate your deficiencies, right? Like you have to play hard. And I don't know if I agree with that statement about we should focus our energies on that. But maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just holding on to something that probably won't come back. But it really looks like a harsh reality to really digest that kind of thing where you think about this is the institution that we were built on, right? And we became really dominant. This is like saying Brazil should stop playing football. If
It's
and play futsal if if they went down the other direction. That is what it means. I mean, I think it's akin
it's
to
true.
that, right? Like, so I find that we have to find a solution, right, to fix this. uh I don't know. I mean, I think they're begging money right now. I saw them asking for investment in the
Yeah,
region,
I'd
one of
say
the
for the
best Test
legends to
cricket
go
has been.
around
Huh?
because the legends are on tour as well. Brian
Yeah,
Lara and Viv Richards is down there as well.
yeah. Sir Viv is there.
Yeah, looking for sponsorship.
Yeah,
Do you think it's a little bit too late for that though? They should have tried that like years ago. Hey,
yeah. I think we missed out on an opportunity
yeah,
to capitalize when we were on top, and we never really put in those structures. I don't know. I think at this stage and the way in which the money comes from ICC, it's just not helping us, right? They need to share the pie some more. The way in which you operate Test cricket as well, where you have to basically finance everything as the host team. We'll never host more than 2 games or 3 games max
yeah, exactly,
in the Caribbean.
exactly.
Yeah. I don't
What
know.
were your
Maybe
thoughts
Guyana
on
can
the?
save us with some oil money. I don't. Uh,
But even then, you said about the oil money.
yeah.
Guyana was hosting. I don't know if it's the last 2 years. The 2 years a global T20,
Yeah.
so their money is not on Test cricket either. Everybody is on T20 cricket.
Right.
Short
Yeah.
format,
Yeah.
quick money.
Yeah.
But what were
No,
your
it's
thoughts
true.
on the Nepal series?
Oh yeah, that is. I don't know what to make of that.
I
Like
actually, I actually wasn't surprised by that.
you weren't surprised.
Nepal play a lot of cricket. They
Yeah,
play
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
180 matches. I think like 103 T20s or so.
Yeah.
And then when you factor in like CPL no finish again, they don't mean to break up again, but CPL no finish. Then they had to fly all the way to Dubai,
Right.
jet lag, then adjusting to the climate cross there. I really was not surprised by that series.
No, I mean by the time we got to, I mean it was an embarrassment. I looked at it. I was watching. I was like, what am I watching? And then obviously we pulled off the last one, but the series over already, right?
I
And
I think Ramon Simmons was good in that series though.
yeah,
He's one to look out for in the future. I think he also made the Bangladesh series coming up next, the ODI series. I
yeah.
think so.
No, yeah. And then I was surprised with what's his name, the Trinidad is it Django too. He wasn't. Is it
Yeah,
his
Django's
name?
really good though. He should be in the
Yeah, yeah,
test setup though again
yeah. He
because
should be in the test
he
section.
played in Pakistan in
Yeah,
Asian conditions and then like what happened? Like Django was
yeah,
just gone. I don't really understand that because
yeah.
Django spends time at a crease. He can play spin. Should be in the test lineup.
He should. I don't really understand. I'm not sure I understand the test
Even
setup too. Yeah,
Kavim Hodge had one of the higher averages in the team. I think he
yeah.
had 100 against England, and we just done away with
It's
Hodge
gone.
and
Yeah, I,
Django.
I didn't understand the
It's
batting lineup
baffling.
from from Sammy in the Australia series, and I certainly don't
Hmm
get it this time.
Even
John
even
Campbell coming
Kemar
straight
Roach,
back into the cricket. It doesn't make sense to me.
even Kemar Roach,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
understand. I understand you saying that you're moving forward with Shamar Joseph, Alzar Joseph, Jaden Seals. That's fine by me. No problem with that. But then you come to the India series. I know you might want an extra spinner, but there's no explanation as to why Kemar Roach is not there.
yeah. No,
They never
there
said
was
his
no explanation
fitness,
why he wasn't even
if he's too
in the
old.
squad for the Australia series now either. Yeah, I think he
And
still
I
can
think,
take wickets.
yeah, I think by now he would have been at 300 wickets because he's at 284.
Yeah,
And if you wanted to give him a proper send off, like how you did Andre Russell in his last few T20s, we should have done the same for Kimura Rush. I wouldn't have had
yeah,
a problem with that if you said that, okay, Kimura, this is your last series, Australia or even the India one, and call it a day. But to see that he's not anywhere near the lineup, we don't, and the coach himself said that the door is still open for him, is like just baffling. Like, where's the communication there? Like, what's the story
yeah.
there?
I don't know. I'm struggling to think about how they did the selection because Sammy had all the power in the last series, right? To basically pick. I'm also not sure that West Indies can manage the same coach for all three formats of the game. So I
Yeah, I
just couldn't
agree.
understand that.
I don't agree with the coaching all three formats. Like, that's so draining. You know, as coaching a test series, then you have to switch your mindset about the T20, then ODI, and I don't think he was even when we went to Nepal. He couldn't go
Yeah,
Nepal because he had to prepare for the India series, and I think it happened in the next series too.
yeah.
Was it Pakistan? I can't remember, but in another series, I think it was like that too.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I suppose it's a cost saving thing, but to get rid of Kohli when I thought he was doing a okay job, and then
And then
to
completely switch it up. It's
yeah,
weird, strange.
it it's yeah, and to think about it too,
I'm not calling for Sammy's head to be sad. That's not me, because
yeah,
any West Indies fan looking at the team, there's no way you thought we would have win a test match
right,
this year. Sorry, a test series. Probably would have drawn a match here or there, but there's no way you thought we would have won against India or Australia.
yeah. No, I think I agree on that. I think I think I'm at a point where I want fight, I want more
Mhm.
application, but it's
I
hard to
agree with
do
you.
that. Yeah, it's hard to do
At
that.
least a batsman getting to 50, a bowler at least getting 3 or 4 wickets, consistent lines. Like, just spend more time at the crease. In the last test match, I think we were bowled out within 2 sessions in both
Yeah,
innings.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I think it was. I think in
it's
total we probably faced less than 90 overs, right? I think
yeah, it
80
was, I
something. Yeah,
think it's A9 or yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that's
No,
all I really want from them. Just a
yeah, no.
little
I think
progress.
I the bowling. I think if Alzari comes back healthy, Shamar, and you with Jaden Seals, I think that's a fearsome unit. The Australians certainly had to look twice on that when they faced us. But you have to have more. You have to have application from the batting, and I don't know how you develop that this quickly, but something has to be done there because if you can take 20 wickets, well, you kind of not quite halfway there, but you're in the game, right? It's
You're in it. Because we were
yeah,
in the game a lot with Australia, and then the batting is where it fell
oh,
apart. And the
yeah,
dropping of catches.
yeah,
But I think in the future, we should identify a top five, like a future top five. Like, these are players that you could, they're not, I don't want to say they're limited, but they most likely wouldn't play T20 as much. Like how Craig Barfoot was just dedicated to
to
Test
test.
cricket. You should look for
Mm,
like a top five of players from probably 18 to 22 that could be mainstays in the Test side, because a lot of players cannot play T20 cricket. You might
right.
get an ODI Test cricketer, but I think we should be looking at that to improve our batting, because I think our bowling, the future of our bowling is not bad when you look at it. Because Jadier Blaze, Jaden
Yeah,
Seals, Johannian, we actually have some good bowlers. So it's just, I think the batting needs some improvement.
yeah. I think you think Blades might get into the game tomorrow, or
I think that's the only change that Sammy and West Indies will probably make is Johannian. So either Blades or I wouldn't mind seeing Anderson Phillips.
mm,
Yeah,
would you
Anderson
play
Phillips.
Warkan even though as a
Yeah,
vice captain?
Warwican is going to play because they're going to play two spinners. So Warwican and Pierre are going to play.
I mean, this guy is averaging like what 50 something against India. It's like it's I don't know. Yeah,
But who
I don't.
else in the region
It's
is
not
really going to
about.
play?
Yeah, yeah, we can't. There's no other options, right? So I guess I think it's gonna probably the same lineup though, like the last time. Maybe change one of the bowlers, and
Yeah, I
maybe
don't think
India.
the
I don't know
batting
if
is going to
India will
change.
even change, huh?
I don't think the batting lineup is going to change.
Yeah, No, it's gonna be the same. I also wish that Shea Hope wasn't keeping because that's a lot of work and as well.
Mhm.
And I wish we had a different arrangement for him, but we don't. Yeah,
I think I actually don't mind how Shea has been playing, because even in the last match, how he got out, I think it was a cut shot. He was
yeah,
trying to play a shot. It wasn't even like he got bamboozled. It was
yeah,
actually a very good catch.
yeah.
So
No, it was a
people like
ridiculous catch. Yeah, mm.
Atenaeus, the way he applied himself, I think after he got hit on the helmet is when things started to fall apart. But Atenaeus wasn't bad, played spin fairly well. Um, Justin Graves spends a
Yeah,
good set of time at crease. Even against Australia, we saw little
yeah,
glimpses. Uh, what else was in there? What we already mentioned.
yeah. Shonda
But
Paul and Campbell, but it was much
but
there.
but I
Brandon
think we need
King.
to push on from just the glimpses. Just give us at least 50. They're not begging
Mm,
for 100, at least 50, because even in the last test series, Brandon King got over 50 against Australia. Just
yeah,
give West Indies something to look at and say, yeah, in the future these men could probably put up a fight against not India or Australia, but maybe when the next test series come, maybe New Zealand.
New Zealand
That we could
doesn't
look
get
forward to something.
easier.
It doesn't get easier, but just incremental improvements that we could
Yeah.
see some fight.
Yeah. No, I think the bowlers would enjoy New Zealand. I would imagine the kind of movement on those pitches there. The batsmen probably not, but look, they have to try and improve. But it's very hard, as we've been mentioning. If you play two test matches and the next guy is playing 10, but before you play your third, it's a challenge, right? And you don't really get opportunities to improve in test match. And yeah, so maybe we can get some players, as you say, back in county cricket, but they themselves don't have an interest in in developing our players, or Australia in Shield
Because
cricket
look
or
at it
so.
this way, this is their job. Most of them probably not working outside this. Cricket is their job.
Yeah,
If I get a contract to go and play in any part of the world, T20,
yeah.
and why would I go and play a test series against India, where my technique probably gonna be exposed, not gonna be paid as much? It's not worth the. It might not be worth the stress for some of
Yeah,
them. They just don't see the reason to play.
yeah. No, you're right. And I guess, and also maybe there's also the pressure if they read they read the papers or social media. People are harsh, and then definitely there's no fans in the stands, and so it's really a big issue. Anyway, I don't know. Let's maybe we can catch up again for sure after the series. I hope it goes beyond 3 days. I'm not particularly optimistic. The conditions in Delhi should be good for batting as usual in the
Yeah, they
first few
said.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, they said the first 2 days batting friendly, and then some slow turn.
Yeah. Once the spinning starts, we're over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah. So I'm hoping West Indies wins the toss and bat first. That doesn't mean much anyway because, but that's I think probably the best opportunity for them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, bat first. That is the option here.
Yeah.
It starts in less than 4 hours actually.
Uh, Is it tonight? I thought it's tonight or
Yeah,
tomorrow.
and at 12.
Oh, it is tonight. My
Yeah,
gosh. Yeah, in my mind I'm saying it's tomorrow.
yeah. It
I
makes it up as well. 'Cause when it's on tomorrow 12 a.m., was it what?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
four
I thought
hours.
it was tomorrow. The test is in 3 hours. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna probably stay up and watch a little bit of it. Yeah. All right. All right. It was good talking to you, Nathan. I mean, we should do this again for sure. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Nathan Goddard McCarthy. Don't forget to follow him on all socials at Nate Sports Talk on Instagram and at Nate Sports Talk on YouTube.